Deadly Dames. So we're just back from Glasgow MCM Comic Con. We actually didn't go there till very late this year, mainly because last year when we went, we got early bird tickets. And when we turned up, because with the early bird tickets you're supposed to be able to get in at 9 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah. But
we queued till, I think it was 11, half 11.
Aye, something like that.
And that's when we got in with our early bird tickets. So we decided this year we weren't going to bother getting early bird tickets. We were just going to get the regular tickets and turn up whenever we want to, and just go in and browse and get what we wanted to. So we turned up at 2 o'clock this year, which is great because it meant we got a lie-in, and to be honest we still got the sorts of stuff that we wanted. We mainly just go to MCM Comic Con because we love the Comic Village anyway. But yeah, we'll just show you what we got. We actually didn't plan to buy very much, and then something happened which always does happen with us, which we'll show you anyway. So we went to, well, you were hoping to get the new Twisted Dark that was out, but it wasn't Twisted Dark, it's a sci-fi one that they did. It wasn't there, but we did pick up a couple of things from, so we got Theatrics. I'm going to cough. Just so you know, it was really loud in MCM, so we had to shout to speak to people, and that's why my throat's really dry. But we got Theatrics, which the guy that's done it, has signed on the inside, and Claire, he should have told him that her name doesn't have an I in it, but she didn't. And he did say stop sniffing pens, so because she was smelling the pen.
I like the smell of pens.
Yeah, she does. She's a weirdo. But yeah, so his stuff's always really, really good. Is it Neil Gibson his name is?
Yeah.
Always really good, and this is one of the only ones which we didn't have, so this is the reason why we got it. And this is actually a sample of the new one, which is actually on a Kickstarter just now.
It's not yet. It's going to be, I think he said it was in a week or 2 weeks, but he's been releasing maybe a couple of panels of some of the sci-fi stories that will be in that collection if it makes its goal, which hopefully it will.
I wonder if there's a link to his stuff on here, is there?
Well, I'm just on T-Pub's Facebook, that's how I get all the updates.
T-Pub. So you can get them on their Facebook, but I know that you're going to do the Kickstarter, aren't you?
Oh, definitely.
Because you love their stuff, so I would strongly recommend that you check out Neil Gibson, and is it?
I'd probably start with Twisted Dark first, because that's what hooked me in.
So yeah, I'd strongly recommend that you check out this guy's stuff because it's really good. And if you love his stuff, go and take part in the Kickstarter for this because you said it looks amazing.
It looks.
I've
really
not looked at it myself, but if Claire says it looks amazing, then it probably is. And then we went to. Oh, everything's sliding away. We went to this guy still because we've actually read the first one from Escape from my throat's going clear. Escape from Coatbridge, and we've seen issue 2. This is obviously a parody of Escape from New York. It's very funny, the first one, so when we seen part 2 was there, we wanted it. And he advised us that the part 3 is actually in this one. So this is an anthology, but part 3 is in here. As you can see, the guy's kind of like Rabsine is, but if you've ever seen that, I know a lot of people won't know who that is, but just Google him and you'll see what we mean. But it's very funny, so we had to get those 2. And then he had these down in price. They were only £1. They were really cheap, so we just decided to give them a go as well. And it's kind of like a UK superhero one. It starts off, I started reading it whilst Claire was queuing up for some autographs, which we'll show you. It starts off in Glasgow and then it goes down to London. And it's quite funny because Margaret Thatcher's in it and she just tells them to let them destroy Liverpool, which I thought was funny. And yeah, so far it's quite good. I actually picked this up from my sister, so look away, Alison. It's I thought it was quite smart. It's a jigsaw puzzle of Aileen. Hopefully she likes it. It's quite a small jigsaw puzzle, so it shouldn't be too hard for her. Being cheeky. And then we actually picked up Samurai Slasher last year, part 1. So that's why we got Samurai Slasher part 2 this year. They did have 3 there as well, but as I said, we didn't go there with a lot of money this year. We just went there and thought we'll pick up a few graphic novels. Our favourite thing, as I said, was the Comic Village, so we just decided not to go mental. But we can always get part 3 next year. And this is basically like a slasher comic but with a samurai. The title kind of gives it away. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that, but I did. And we've got the... Oh God, what's it called? The other comic. It's going right out of my head. Horror. It's a horror one anyway, by the same people of this. And Lady Hollywood is their new one. So we decided to give this one a go as well. That's come right in my head. It's a Hollywood. It's not Hollywood, I've got that in my head. But they do a horror one as well, which we quite enjoyed, so I figured we'd give this one a go. And then whilst I was waiting for Claire getting those autographs, I picked up this one, which is really bizarre. I'm not even going to try to explain to you what the first story is of this Kick Your Head In. It's quite funny. When I picked it up, the guy said, you might want to read the first few pages, and I was like, nah, Kick Your Head In, I like the title. And you seen me reading it whilst you were waiting, and you were like, what? But you know something, I like somebody that tries something different, and that's all I'm going to say. But I enjoyed it. And then this one here isn't a local comic book, it's actually obviously a well-known one, but I've never heard of it before, and it looked quite good, so I figured I'm going to give this one a go as well. You'd never heard of it either.
No.
And then for once...
Does it actually? Is it?
I think it's Image. Yeah. It looked quite good. It's obviously set in the Prohibition times, and it's a guy, what would you call them? A bounty hunter, and then werewolves. And I thought, I quite like Prohibition, quite like bounty hunters, and I quite like werewolves. So let's see what happens. So, and then you got a few signatures for once. It wasn't me that went and got autographs. It was you.
Well, the thing is, I only took £80 from it, and ended up spending most of that on two things.
And for once, you spent my money.
Couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I actually intended to go home with most of it, and ended up going home with none of it.
Normally, when we go to these events, it's me that goes to Claire and says, "Can I have some of your money?" Because I've spent all mine, and this year it was you coming to me and saying, "Can I get some of your money?"
I've sponged off Mandy all day. I've totally sponged.
You took all my money.
And I
took it all.
I took your money. I drank your root beer, and I ate most of your fudge.
You even took more money off me because I had to use my card to buy you other things.
Oh, come on now, you can't hold that against me.
Well, anyway, she got a few autographs. And
She'll show you what we used the card for in a minute.
But it was for her birthday.
It was an unplanned birthday.
Excuse me. So you a couple of autographs that she got, and you'll need to remind me their names because I'm not a gamer, Claire is. So
Okay.
The first autograph you got, and this one's got a story behind it, because last year when we went to Comic-Con, the queuing system was absolutely atrocious.
But even where they had the guests, they obviously had I can never remember the guy's name who played Flash Gordon. He was there.
Sam Jones.
So he had this big stall like all to himself, but behind him was like all the other guests. But there was maybe about 6 foot between the front of their desk and a partition.
But
so
even
the
if
queue
you,
system was just...
Even if you look at this year's
terrible.
one, they had like all the Walking Dead guests on one side, and then sort of all the voice actors on the other side, and then they had that Brian, how do you say his name?
Azarello.
Yeah, and the other guy that was the artist, I can't remember his name.
Can't
Way
remember.
down the other side, away from everybody else.
They were near Comic Village.
But it didn't really make that much sense to me. I know they were near Comic Village because they were artists and writers, but surely if you're going to have everybody that were signing autographs, you would kind of have them all together.
Mm-hmm.
Because when we came in looking for them, we were like, well, they must not be here. So it didn't really make much sense. Why would you have guests miles away from other guests? I know they were comic writers and you kind of put them next to comic people, but it wasn't well set out to me. But that's just me. But last year you went a wee bit mental because you were trying to queue up for this guy, Troy Baker, and there was nobody coordinating, so you eventually got pissed off and walked away.
It was like a free for all. There was loads of folk were just wandering halfway into the queue. It wasn't even like one line of the queue, it was just whoever could like squash in between the two barriers that were, well, obviously that's where the desk was. Like whoever could squash in was just standing there, and he wasn't actually at his desk for quite a long time, so it was really like messy last year.
But
so
this year was a bit
this
more
year.
organised.
Yeah.
You were waiting a while when he wasn't there, but it was way better organised than last year.
But
Although
once he arrived, he didn't mess about. Like I didn't wait very long.
Although we did have a bad experience when we arrived this year, because every year that we went to MCM, we always got an early bird ticket, so we always waited in that huge big queue before going in. But as I said, this year we decided not to do it. This year we decided just to get a normal ticket and turn up later. So we didn't actually. Well, I did kind of say to you when we got there, maybe we should go the way we've always went in, but we just kept. There was nobody to guide us, so we just kind of went in any door.
But the thing is, we didn't go in any door though. We went into the main entrance of the exhibition centre, but supposedly that's not where you go if you have a ticket.
But
you
we
have to go
got
round the
this
back.
rude guy was just clicking at us and going, "Go this way, go." He was literally doing this. Go that way, and we were like, "What way? What way are you actually telling us to go?"
He had a clicker because he was counting people
No,
going
but
in.
I know, but he actually clicked his fingers at us.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, he clicked his fingers and said, "Go that way."
What a knob. Alright, okay, now I can understand why you were so angry.
And then I said, "What way?" And he said, "Stop, talk to a steward." And I was like, "Well, there is no stewards," until we got to the very front of the building, and the steward was like, "Go to the left." And I was thinking, we've just wasted like 10 minutes wandering about this place trying to find a way in. There was no signpost. There should have been something at the front saying, if you've got a ticket and you've not entered already, go that way.
I know, that would have made more sense.
But anyway,
that was Troy Baker's signature that I got.
So, and then you go, this is guy that I recognised from Pretty Little Liars, and I shouldn't admit that.
Nolan North.
Right? I was like, I recognise this guy. Where do I recognise
I hate that
him
black
from?
on black, but at least he's actually signed his name.
He signed it on his throat, so
yeah.
at least you can see it. But the only part you can't see is your name. So, but it's so funny because I kept looking at it going, I recognise him, and then afterwards I was like, I recognise him from Pretty Little Liars, and I know I probably shouldn't admit that, but that's what I recognise him from. But what's his name again?
Nolan North.
No, I keep going to call him Christopher North, and I don't know why. But yeah, that's your two autographs because you're the gamer, and you weren't going to get him, but I was like, but you love Uncharted, so just go and get it.
I'm glad you talked about it.
And then the big purchase that we got, the one we didn't plan for, and you weren't going to get it because it was painted. You would rather have it unpainted, but as I said to you, and I think most of you that watch this channel already know that Claire is a huge Conan fan. I don't need to keep repeating it. You already know Claire loves Conan from the huge poster that's behind us in most of our videos, and from, well, everything I say most of the time. And so anyway, we went to this stall called Creature Features, and you know that name from a video that we did before when we went to Sheffield HorrorCon, and I got a Miracle from London figure from them. And they were at MCM today, and they didn't actually have as many figures as they normally do.
I think they had sold quite a lot by the time I got there, so I didn't see people picking things up.
But they had a huge Conan figure.
And
I knew...
now. They said it.
Sorry about the mess. There's a little pile of movies we've been watching. And you wanted it, Claire. When she was pretending she didn't want it, but she did.
I did want it.
I'll zoom in on him. Here he's here.
No, the paint job is really good.
Oh, the light's not good in here though.
To buy that unpainted, like as a resin kit, probably would have cost a lot more than what I bought that for.
There he is. That's it. My focus wasn't focusing. My focus wasn't focusing. But yeah, so Claire's birthday's coming up, and Claire got me tickets for John Carpenter, and I've been trying to get you something. I got you tickets for another event, but it wasn't quite the price of John Carpenter, so I was like, I need to get her something, and I got you a poster. Really cheap. I got a fantastic deal on a original Red Sonja poster, which is going up next to the Conan one behind us, and I got it really, really cheap.
It was like $5, wasn't it?
$5.99, and I'll put that in a pickup video. $5.99 for an original Red Sonja poster on bids, and I was like, what? But still wasn't. You want to do? Okay, Claire wants to show you, but we'll show you their card as well so you can get stuff for these guys because it's amazing. But
we do have a Facebook address.
I'll let it focus. But yeah, she fell in love with him. It's funny because he's the exact same model as Claire's big poster, which I've shown you before, the Alex Ross one.
Well, he's not based on that, but he does.
He looks like him.
He looks like he looks like Conan. That is what Conan.
It's Conan from the comics. Obviously not the movie. But yes, this is Claire's birthday gift. So this was the unplanned MCM Glasgow Comic Con purchase.
But how often do you see Conan statues like that anywhere? Never mind at MCM or anything like that. You don't see them that often. I don't understand why not, because Conan's a great character.
I know. But yeah, I mean, we had a good enough day. I think our bad moment today came when we were eating a hot dog. We had a moment when we were listening to, I don't even know what it was, but when you're at these events, you hear loads of like shouting over tannoy, and I don't know what it actually is.
Oh my god!
What is it, Claire?
You can't say.
I'm going to tell it, but
it was a cosplay.
So it's a cosplay, and we could hear someone shouting something about penis. But at the exact same moment as we could hear somebody shouting on the cosplay about a penis, Claire was about to bite into a hot dog. And a guy walked by dressed as Spider-Man, and you could see...
There was a morph suit,
and you could see everything, and Claire went, what is the chances that I'm eating a hot dog is the exact same time as I can see everything through that guy's morph suit, and the guy shouts over that mic, penis. So that was your highlight of the day, wasn't it? She enjoyed that hot
Thanks
dog.
for reminding me.
So, but no, our highlight of the day was actually Conan. But that hot dog went down well. But yeah, that's the one thing about when you go to these cons. What is up with people's morph suits?
See, I think they should all come with a cup so that it looks like a chem bump.
But that's my question to you guys. Put in the comments below, why morph suits? Someone explain morph suits.
No, how about why morph suits without something to like change the contours down below? Why not?
No, that's for men and women though.
Because I've seen plenty of Carl clothes.
Carl
clothes.
Right, but that's my question for everyone out there. What is the fascination with morph suits?
I don't mind morph suits. I get morph suits, but I don't get morph suits when they're actually shaped around.
Conan, what do you like a morph suit? No, he just likes that little loincloth. But anyway, hopefully you liked the stuff that we picked up from Glasgow. I keep saying film and Comic Con. Glasgow MCM. That's it. Comic Con.
Yeah.
We enjoyed ourselves. We were actually really glad we didn't get an early bird ticket and we just went later. It was good having the lion. Mm-hmm. We still managed to get to the comic village and buy all the comics that they liked, and we still got this guy. If you were there, let us know if you had a good day. Please let us know if your eyeballs were violated by morph suits. And as always, thank you very much for watching and take care. Alright, so Conan's now at home on his shelf. We were kind of worried about where we were going to display him, but what we did is we actually moved a couple of the figures upstairs. So we moved a couple of Silent Hill ones up to a spare shelf that we've got upstairs and displayed Conan here. Hopefully he'll be happy next to Lara Croft and Jill Valentine. And my Return of the Living Dead 3 figure, Stripe, Michael Myers. And then we've got obviously the guys here. Can't really see them because it's so dark down the bottom, but I can see them and that's the main thing. But the light over here is not very good when it's like this. There is another light I can turn on here, but I didn't turn it on for this video because this is the main shelf you need to see. But yeah, I think Conan looks great here. So just thought I'd put this on at the end so you can see him. And you can see his new home. Thanks.